Welcome guys. This is another video on Solana. Technical analysis on Solana. Solana is behaving strangely. Let me put it that way first because now the resistance is getting stronger and stronger again. So for Solana, we looked at yesterday's, we established some levels, and today we want to know how Solana is performing from Bitcoin and the rest. Ethereum has dusted. So for Solana, I have only one thing to test here, and I've seen only one thing. I've seen the break of structure coming for Solana, whereby it has been in consolidation in this phase. You can draw something like that towards 185. 185. Yes. It has a resistance at, what is it? 180, 180, 180, 185, yes. And the breakout is about to happen. So see this structure? This is a signal of a breakout coming. And it will be very strong because we are seeing it from the daily. The targets of our trajectory is 61.8, which is to 20. We have to 20 here. But because of the moves that Ethereum has done, and Solana hasn't faced the same type of move, we have one there, and we have another one at 270, somewhere 275, between 270 and 275. There, those are our target areas, isn't it? So we want to see if it will break out of this resistance. We have a resistance here, and we are seeing that channel forming, and what it means for this breakout, and whether we can face. I can start removing the layers, because every time I'm setting levels, reset, I can start extending now using Fibonacci extensions to project our next resistance and support area. Have one, and then you have second leg, have two. So already we see this is a saturation area. Prices are at 216, resistance was 235, resistance was 272. So this is the golden ratio expansion. So our target will be 272, where we'll exit our trade, isn't it? Now there's something I wanted to study about, and it's about this correction that happened here, and it keeps ringing in my mind. And since we are almost in the completion of another wave, we want to know from the bigger picture, what's the trajectory of Solana beyond the levels of 350. Yes, this move. because Bitcoin never faced this move, isn't it? Bitcoin never faced that move at all. Bitcoin, even look at Bitcoin on 22, pushing higher and higher. You see, Bitcoin never did that. Actually, Bitcoin only underwent a wave 4 correction, while Solana was undergoing. Let's look at it closer so that you can know what you're dealing with. This is my problem. It's my nightmare since it happened, and it is what has brought now what you are seeing, this divergence. The divergence you're observing from Bitcoin and Ethereum from Solana is all because of this, the divergence that happened here. This divergence is what I'm still investigating, and I will still continue investigating this today. But I want to come up with assurance, not assurance, a clear picture of what happened. So I can say I want to come up with an hypothesis of what that divergence meant for those assets. Because we know when correlative assets, the time they diverge prices, they were moving the same. The time they diverge price action, we know that there's something. So that something is what we want to investigate. I've been in pursuit, and I will still continue. My research has not gone through. Sorry for the delay, but I hope I complete it so that we can know what happened in this leg, and that will explain why again Solana has been left with this leg. Yes, and this leg, if you measure from the correction of a 74,000 to 122,000, if you measure that move in terms of percentage, we see it's 66.3% increment, isn't it? And I know if you measure Ethereum's, the same, if you measure Ethereum's leg, you see that now this is, hey, look at Ethereum. Woo, Jesus is Lord. Oh God. 222%. So Ethereum underwent aggressive this leg so that it can correct this. But it's not done yet because Bitcoin surpassed its all-time high, going for higher highs, and Ethereum is not. The higher high for Ethereum is 48, isn't it? It has not reached, but it has tried to compensate for the divergence that happened very aggressively, isn't it? So will this same action be witnessed in Solana and the rest? SUI, especially SUI, which is very weak. If we switch now to Solana, let's go back to our main this is the discussion. I will continue discussing this for the coming weeks because it's very interesting what is happening. They are correlated but divergent. So we want to know, we are not arguing the market. We are seeing what the market has done. We want to know what it means to have that divergence. So if you come back to Solana, you see Solana currently it's at this leg. It's the same with SUI, by the way. Just a false breakout here before establishing now this again, isn't it? So it means Solana will have to push harder and very aggressively to reach what Ethereum has done. First, we'll have to cross the 220 barrier over here. This is a barrier, 220 resistance, very hard resistance, 220. Between 218 and 220, hard resistance for Solana. Break there. Okay. Support above 200 for a valid support, so that you cannot trigger the sellers. Okay, make it even on 95, isn't it? So we have to have enough momentum to pierce the 220 towards the 270, but yeah, between 260 and 270 there is a hard resistance there, and that will be marking a golden ratio, isn't it? So if we continue like that, we see how many wave counts. This is, by the way, I'm just coming up with this level to understand the amount of energy required by Solana to to bypass the divergence that Bitcoin created. So this is Solana against Bitcoin, or Bitcoin against Solana. So we are saying how much energy will Solana require to reach the levels where, or to follow the same path that Bitcoin has followed in terms of percentage in price action. So it's this one. So we see this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we only need one complete impulsive wave to complete that correction. So I will put a scenario here for Solana whereby I'll say that in order for us to complete the divergence in Bitcoin, I can call this scenario Bitcoin absorbing moment or something. It's a break towards the 61.8 Fibonacci extension, a retest maybe to the 50% Fibonacci for wave 2 correction. Wave 3, a pump towards the 161.8 Fibonacci extension, a retrenchment towards the 100% Fibonacci extension, and then a break to all-time highs. Now this one can go to that 350 years we were speculating about, isn't it? Yes. Now after that, we'll have broken this all-time high here, isn't it? Yes. So if it was to pump harder and we say it's a bullish, you can assume maybe a corrective structure can be A, B, C before, or a flat can also be a flat, like an accumulation phase, before we see another rally towards the upside, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not hiyo easy happen hivyo. It must go down. something like that, because the SMCs are eyeing us. They are aware, institutes, isn't it? Yeah. So that's a scenario. We can call this the divergence recovery scenario for Solana, so that it can recover to where Bitcoin and Ethereum are, particularly right now. And it can even mean great for us if Bitcoin and Ethereum can abstain that level and continue higher, because now we know that once Solana breaks out, once it starts this correction, it will not be a correction but an accumulation towards higher highs, towards the 450 region. Yeah, so this is Solana. I will create another video so that the video cannot be long. Just stay tuned. This is for Bosen's traders. We continue discussing. I will let me do XRP next. Sui Doge. We'll continue like that through the week and see how our video catalog will become. So stay tuned.